All right, guys. So here are the 7 AI terms every product manager must know in 2025. Guys, देखो आप meetings में जाते हो and you hear people talking about a lot of AI terms, or these are the 7 basic terms in 2025 आपको help कर सकता है to better navigate or even make decisions specific to AI. Guys, again, the fact is you don't really need to know everything. In this fast-paced world of tech, आपको AI mastering करने से ज़्यादा आपको जानना चाहिए कि if you're asking the right questions. So when your stakeholders come to you and throw things like Agentic AI or RAG, आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि buzzwords क्या है and what are the focused words that are important for your product roadmap. So hopefully this guide will break down 7 essential AI concepts जो आपको help कर सकता है on making better product decisions, stakeholder conversations, and even technical discussions in 2025. Number 1, Agentic AI. So beyond the hype of chatbot, आपको समझना चाहिए कि Agentic AI करता क्या है. So an agent perceives and observes its environment and gathers all the information around it. उसके बाद it reasons on the data and determines what's the best course of action. उसके बाद वो act करता है based on its planned actions and that too autonomously. And finally, observe. वो evaluate करता है every results and then adopts it strategically and continuously. So as a PM, आपको पता होना चाहिए when someone asks, hey, build me an AI agent, आपको clearly पता होना चाहिए, hey, are you asking for an autonomous agent versus a sophisticated chatbot? Because the difference could mean a lot, right? When you create a development environment, अगर आपको सिर्फ 6 sprints का डेवलपमेंट करना है या आपको एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड करके ऑटोनमस एजेंट बिल्ड करना है, सो अ क्रिटिकल डिस्टिंग्विशन इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो एक बार मुझे एक स्टेक होल्डर आके बोला था कि हे कैन यू बिल्ड मी एन AI agent for customer support, but then after I kind of went through some of my clarifying questions, it turned out that he wanted a chatbot with basic memory. So that could mean a lot of development hours saved for you guys. Number 2, large reasoning models. Guys, traditional LLMs generates responses immediately, right? It actually prioritizes speed versus accuracy. It's good for casual conversations or quick interactions. But large reasoning models work through problems methodically. Now that you see chatbots like GPT Pro or Cloud's Sonnet, so these are really reasoning models, right? They think through a problem step by step, and if you see it actually tells you what it's actually doing during the process. So you should know when to use each of these models. So LRMs को choose करो when you're doing financial calculations, legal document reviews, code generation, or even complex problems which needs detailed reasoning. और आप LLMs को choose कर सकते हो when you just want to do a quick instant customer chat responses, or create content generation, or casual conversational interfaces, or quick summary, right? So understanding the speed versus the accuracy often prevents over engineering when you build your product roadmap. Number 3 is vector databases. So traditional storage में क्या होता था कि data used to be stored as a plain text, image, or files, and then you have embedding model which actually converts content into numerical vectors and actually captures its meaning, and then it helps semantic searches, which is finding content by meaning and not just keywords. So एक real world example लेते हैं. So assume that you have a photo of a mountain, right? अगर आप upload करते हो this mountain landscape photograph in your vector database, it actually transforms it into numerical representations. Now when you search for similar images and discover other mountain photos, even these different tags or even with no tags at all, they can understand the visual meaning of a photo which is of a mountain and not just the metadata. तो कैसे help करता है? So this helps you enhances your search, right? Like आप document को search कर सकते हो just by concept and not exact keywords. It can also help you in your smart recommendations, right? It can suggest content based on its deep understanding of the whole context. And then finally, content discovery. आपके users को help कर सकता है to uncover relevant information and very intuitively. So vector database is a key terminology that you guys should learn in 2025. Number 4 is RAG. RAG है Retrieval Augmented Generation. So here's how the flow works, guys. Users query करते हैं, they ask for a question or they make a request. It goes into vectorization, which is systematically converting question into vector format. Now उसके बाद होता है database search, where this searches vector databases for relevant information. उसके बाद होता है context injection, right? So based on your context, the data is retrieved and it is being added to the AI prompt. And then finally, an enhanced response is given. That is, AI generates accurate answer with all the context and your database information which is already there. Now, why is RAG dominating the industry? देखो guys, RAG solves a very fundamental limitation of large language models. They don't inherently know your company's specific data or policy or proprietary information. Imagine ChatGPT को आप लेके आके अपने employee handbook या policies को train करने बैठोगे तो it will take you ages and it's going to be super costly. But with RAG, the AI can retrieve relevant section on demand and generate context with accurate responses. So as a PM, when somebody comes and proposes to you fine-tuning an LLM for your product, always ask, have we gone through the RAG model first? Right? RAG is generally much cheaper, faster to implement, and significantly easier to update. So fine-tuning should be your last resort, guys, and definitely please don't take it as your default approach. Number 5. Model Context Protocol. Guys, this has been a game-changing experience in the AI tools, and this concept is important that you all know. Guys, historically क्या होता था कि everybody has an LLM model that they can hook to, right? But the challenge was, if you want to hook your CRM or your email system or your database to a LLM directly, then that requires building custom integration for each individual connection. So that would create a lot of tangled web code and it's super expensive for you guys to maintain. So what did MCP offer? Right? Model Context Protocol standardizes all of this connection and functioning it like a USB-C. आप अपने USB-C cable से आपके phone को charge कर सकते हो, iPad, headphones and whatnot, right? So it's just like one universal protocol that replaces a dozen of integration. So historically होता था, there used to be 5 connectors and they would connect my CRM to ChatGPT, my emails to ChatGPT, database to ChatGPT. But instead with MCP servers, a single unified connection could now point for all your systems. So that definitely saved more than 75%, guys. This is just a rough number, but it's definitely more than that. So always when you're scoping AI features that need access to multiple systems, MCP is your go-to topic, right? They can dramatically reduce your integration complexities, development time, and most importantly, आपका जो maintenance overhead होता है उसको reduce करता है. So make sure you explore MCP as a concept and work more on towards understanding this. Number 6 is mixture of experts. इसको बोलते हैं MOE. So these are bigger models but lower cost. Let me explain क्या होता है. So these days there is OpenAI, there is Mistral, there is Cloud, and there are multiple models, right? और ये सब models एक domain में expert करता है. And my prediction is, in future there will be many such tools which will be expert in a particular concept. So imagine karo that you have a language expert, right, that specializes in text generation and also comprehension. And then there is a math expert which does numerical calculations and analysis fantastically but not so good at language. And then there is this code expert, right, which is great at coding and also programming with great technical tasks. And then there is this router which is good at identifying a prompt and then routing it to a right expert. And then you have your creative expert, right, which is it specializes in artistic and imaginative outputs. And then finally, there is this logic expert, right? It is good at handling reasoning and problem solving. So instead of having one massive neural network which is processing everything, mixture of expert क्या करता है that it employs multiple specialized expert networks. Right? When a request arrives, the model will automatically and very intelligently activate the expert needed for that specific task, and then it synthesizes its output. So here's the result, guys. You might have a model with billion parameters, but for a one individual request, you're only utilizing a fraction of them. So if you have bigger model capability, MOE could lead to significantly lowering your compute cost. And that's what everybody is struggling, right? The compute cost today. So whenever you are looking at building your product roadmap, ask your engineering team, hey, are we considering MOE for your model and for this use case? And last but not the least, let's talk about ASI, artificial super intelligence. देखो guys, today we are in a very narrow, specialized AI world, right? Where each AI is excelling in individual tasks. In near future, आपको AGI सुनने में आएगा. What is AGI? AGI is human level performance across all cognitive domain. And step 3 is your artificial super intelligence. Guys, ये अभी सिर्फ theoretical है, and it's beyond, it is something where AI is beyond human intelligence with recursive self-improvement. So the big picture here is, guys, ASI today remains purely theoretical. We don't know if it will ever exist. Today's models are approaching AGI at a very fast pace, which would match human level performance across all cognitive tasks. But ASI transcends this, right? It represents आपका जो sci-fi movie होता है, it's just something like that, right? Where AIs are very smarter than humans and potentially capable of redesigning itself. And remember, it can also correct and it can also self-improve, right? Why does it matter? Right, you won't be shipping ASI in near future, guys. ये समझो, right? The race towards AGI and ASI is shaping every major strategic decisions in the AI industry today. That's why आपको पता है why Microsoft has invested multi-billion dollars in OpenAI, right? And every tech industry today has kind of pivoted to AI first strategies. So आपको context पता होना चाहिए कि what is AGI, what is ASI, so that you yourself can make smarter bets in your product roadmap. And finally, here's the recap, guys. And this is the toolkit that you should all know. Agentic AI, autonomous problem solver that continuously perceives, reasons, acts, and observes. Large reasoning models, it's a step-by-step thinker that prioritizes accuracy over speed. Vector databases, it's a great semantic search engine that understands the meaning and not just the keywords. RAG, it is a context-aware AI responses powered by your specific industrial data. MCP is standardized tool connection that simplifies your integration complexity. MOE, it's an efficient scaling through specialized expert networks. Finally, ASI, it's a theoretical endgame shaping today's strategic decisions. So guys, hopefully with these concepts, you are now well equipped to navigate any of your AI meetings with confidence and also asking the right clarifying questions. Hopefully you will make the right decisions for your company and for your product. So the future of product managers is an AI fluent product managers, and hopefully now you are fluent in this subject.